Oh, hello. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday all day, and it's been quite the Tuesday. I am in what is now going to be formally identified as the goat stall, because we've got all the goats in here. There's Earl, who has cut his foot, and here is Larry, and Larry has a cast on his back leg. Honestly, I don't know what we're doing with goats, but I don't think we should be suggesting that we are careful goat owners, because our goats seem to have a terrible problem keeping their legs on the ground, put it that way. So, Tuesday, it snowed again. I don't know what Hilda's been doing, but I have had snow 2 days in a row, and I'm not sure that that's quite what I was expecting, hoping for, or really wanting, quite frankly. So it has melted because we've actually had a beautifully sunny day, and it's warmer than it was on Monday, because Monday was blinking chilly. So today is just a touch warmer, and then it's going to keep getting warmer, which is a bit of a relief, because when you go out and your feet are cold in your boots because they're still damp from the night before, it's actually quite miserable. So I'm looking forward to slightly warmer feet. It's the simple things in life that make you happy, I'm telling you. So it was a lovely day today because Carol came out to our job at Dutton. What was Dutton? Yes. And we took our lovely Mr. Moose and Larky, and I think we saw maybe about 35 people, I think. We saw 35 people, and it's just a really nice, happy place with lots of very active people, so that was great. The animals were super. Larky at the end of it, because we stayed for quite a while, had a wee lie down and a bit of a snooze, so that was great. We were very lucky. We were joined by Rebecca, who came all the way down from Maine, and she's on her way to visit somebody in Rhode Island, so she stopped in and said that she could come out and help us with the job, so that was lovely. She has goats, and no, she has sheep, and she has a very pregnant donkey and another donkey and a horse. So she also visits out in the community with her animals. So that was nice to have her help. And she came in to see the barn and commune with the animals. So we very much appreciate her taking the time to come in and see us. I had to remember today was Tuesday, and that means 10% off at the Co-op. So we go and get all our barn supplies from the Co-op because we get 10% off, and it actually over time saves us quite a bit of money. So I have Carlene's car. I have just dropped off the supplies for Meredith. I have 4 bags of pellets still to unload. What a treat. And then I have the car to go back to Goldie's with the supplies that will be unloaded there. And the ground is wet. It's wet and yucky. Not your ground, though. You're all okay inside there. He's quite happy. He's still in bed rest. He's not allowed out until the 1st of April, when he will be whisked to Tufts to have an x-ray to see what's going on with his 3 broken areas on his leg. So he's not best pleased, but he's got lots of company, and he's doing just fine. So that's nice. I haven't seen you since the weekend. So the weekend was busy, just because we're trying to get things back in place. We've got lots of animals that are now venturing outside, which is the best place for them. And you'll notice Flower is back with a vengeance. She is in charge and very short. She's short and in charge. That's what she is. And she's telling the donkeys who's eating. I was in doing chores last night, and I'd fed the donkeys, and I sat and I watched them. I stood and watched them, and the little stinkers, they back up to each other, and then they kick each other so that they're shooed away from the feed bowls. I put out 3 or 4 feed bowls Honestly, it's just like a revolving food situation. It's like a buffet, but they're so terrible to one another. Anyway, they're all eating and they're all nice and healthy. The turkeys are back out on the hill, which is great. They're up there causing nonsense, and the goats are back out in the hill. They're delighted. They're really delighted because now they can see Nick coming out the front door, and Milo and Melvin just call as soon as they see Nick. It's the biggest noise ever. So that's lovely. We haven't had that for a while. Still have 3 guinea hens, and the guinea hens every night are in the chicken house roosting. So they've obviously decided that the chicken house isn't that bad after all, and they'll not be out hanging out in trees in snowstorms. I still don't understand guinea hens, but what can you do? So I have, what else is going on? I have a donkey, I think, might be going home on Friday. I am not 100%. I'm just waiting for the paperwork and documentation to come through, because he needed a Coggins. The Coggins has come back negative, which is great, and we just need to get the health cert because he's going up to New Hampshire. So that's in order. I was just waiting for the exact name and address for his new home. So that's perfect. And then next week we think either on Wednesday or Thursday, Wilbur and Sterling are going to a new home. So it's an absolutely phenomenal home. And I'm absolutely gutted because I thought we would probably have Sterling with us for a heck of a lot longer. I absolutely adore that little colt. But this home was just too good to give up. It's the nicest home. So while it's sad, I'm actually really delighted, and I also happen to know they'll keep in contact. So that's great. And I just worked out, I thought Wilbur was 19. That's been stuck in my head for so long. He's actually 21. So I am very pleased that at the ripe old age of 21, he has found a new home, and he is going to go with Sterling. And Sterling will be delighted to have Wilbur. So they are going to make their new owner extremely happy, because the pair of them are full of nonsense. So that's nice. And so that's 3 animals on the move. Then I've got somebody potentially looking at Charlie on Goldie's, and we're wondering whether or not we should be looking for a home for Dimitri. At this precise moment in time, there's a lot going on. I think Janine and I are very focused on the outreach team. We're also very focused on making sure that the animals are well attended to. And sometimes when you've got more animals, it becomes, particularly when you're really busy with weather and, moving things round about, you really want to have more time to spend doing certain things. And I think we've decided that it would be a really good idea to have this concentrated team, because it's tried and tested. We're very pleased with how they operate out on the outreach jobs. And I think what we'll continue to do is maybe bring in animals that stay for a period of time and then move on. But we're going to be very focused on the team that we have in operation, and keep them, we have to keep up with their training. We halter train all the time. We've always got things going on. So I think that's something that's important. And another thing that I think has come as a bit of a shock is due to what's going on in the world, there's the suggestion that the price of hay is going to dramatically increase. And this is never good news. It's not good news for us with our sanctuary animals. It's not good news for cattle, sheep, anything in the food industry. And, I'm thinking about it, being very realistic. The gas price is really pretty high, and the hay industry relies upon heavy machinery. The ground is fertilized, it's then cut, it has to be turned over several days to dry out, then there's baling machines, and then it has to be loaded, and then our hay comes from Canada and it's transported down. This is a costly process and it's just become far more costly. So we like to try and future-proof ourselves. So I think that we fortunately have a good handle on ensuring that we're able to move forward confidently. So, and obviously that's with everybody's support and help. So we greatly appreciate that. And if the gas price could go down, that would be much appreciated too. I don't know if anybody's got any connections. Get the gas price down because it's going to affect absolutely everything. So that's my update for future plans and what we've got going on. So there'll be, and there's a pig coming back. And Janine keeps threatening to send the pig back up a month early. And I'm a bit worried about this because apparently he's a noisy pig. I have no pig experience in any way, shape or form. And as I keep reminding her, it is her pig. And she says to me, no, it's our pig. I have not been involved in the pig. So as far as I'm concerned, it is totally Janine's pig, especially if it's noisy. There we go. So that would be exciting as well. So lots of things happening and lots going on. So, and the weather's getting better, even if Hilda says it's not, but it is. Let me see. I've got questions, so I will be popping. Oh, look, I've got big fingers as well. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having a look at the questions. There's no questions. Everybody's just saying hello. Sorry for the snow. So you should be, Hilda, honestly. And then in the summer, I'll be saying, sorry for the hot weather. And I'll be like, Hilda, keep it to yourself. No, Sarah is not on the farm. No, she's not. I don't know when she's coming back next. No. So if you've got any questions, you need to pop them up because I think I'm coming towards the end of it. What are the ducks up to? The ducks are up to misbehaviour. They're always up to misbehaviour. There's nothing good when the ducks are involved. They are so naughty. The mallard pair are not on the small pond. But I don't know if you remember in previous years, I've taken videos because there's a mallard pair that come round about this time every year as soon as the pond defrosts. So I'm not sure if it's the same pair or just word has got around about that there's a pond. So they tend to come in and come out, and sometimes they've got ducklings. So that will be interesting to see. But Nick said that the ducks weren't really particularly interested. They kept to their opposite sides of the pond, and that was fine. So ducks, honestly. And ours have always got a story to tell you. And they come waddling up to you, and they're like, oh, but Nick's managing to get them in at night at the moment, so that's a relief. It is lovely to see the sun. It's quite a relief. Although you will have noticed, you'll have noticed we've still got quite a lot of snow kicking around. Anyway, we'll get there. But the sun is much appreciated, yes. You know, it's such a difficult thing, and I know people online find it tricky as well. It is great to hear about Wilbur and Sterling, but it's kind of bittersweet because we've had Wilbur for quite a number of years, and we've been through a lot with him. We've got him into a really nice position, and his health battles we've fought and done well with, and Sterling is just adorable. So it's kind of bittersweet, but you know what? It opens up space for if, the cost of hay does not quadruple and the gas stabilizes at a reasonable rate. It opens up the door for other animals to come in and be part of the program or, attended to so that they can go on and find new homes. So change is not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, Elvis and Jemmy, I can't see them going anywhere, although up the driveway seems to be an option every now and again. I do love that wee calf. Yep, that's a tremendous amount of money for gas. My gas, when I picked it up, was $3.49, and I nearly fell out of my car when I read that. So I think if I saw $5 a gallon, I think I would have been in tears while falling out of my car, obviously. Oh, well, yes. I shall try and remember to ask Nick, but I'll probably forget. Not deliberately, but because things like technology, times, and numbers all go out of my head. No, Linda, I don't think there was any way that Percy was going to be a rental. I think I had my sneaking suspicions that that was going to be the position as soon as she got him, because there's no way she'd have when she picked him up, she wasn't overly impressed with the conditions in which he was living. There was absolutely no way she was going to put him back there. Although she may protest, there's no way she would have returned him there. So there we have it. But yeah, well, that's a very good point. And if you look at the area around Carlene's glass doors, you'll see who's put the stuff out there. And so you can take that up with Carlene. I think the only area I kind of use over there is, what do you call it? The taps. I think what she's been doing is she's been clearing stuff out of her house. And there was a table she's dumped outside, and it has totally and utterly warped because it's been rained upon, snowed upon, frozen, defrosted, and it's a mess. So that's not going to be able to be salvaged. I don't know. She has a bit of a habit of moving things round about. Nobody knows whether she wants to keep it or it wants to go anywhere. So it's a problem because, as you know, she loves her storage container. She loves her building 25, and we're not allowed to touch anything, and she gets quite offended if we do. So nobody knows. But yes, it will all have to go in the dumpster because I think it's all ruined, unfortunately. Yeah, so Hilda, while you're talking to Mother Nature, remember, I don't really like it above 70, and low humidity would be good because I really don't function as soon as I've got heat and humidity. I need to sit in front of an air conditioner. Spring weather and better behave as well, because sometimes it can be a bit hot. I think, in all honesty, and I'm not offended at all about you saying about, things have been appearing out of the snowdrifts. There's signs that I think must have got caught up with the snowplow. Things that you didn't expect to find down the driveway. There's signs all over the place. There's still branches down, and there's just so much going on at the moment. It's a bit chaotic, but you know what? We get there, and then we'll have to start cutting the grass. Oh my gosh, this gas price is getting even worse. $5.69. Ugh. So now you can understand why the cost of hay's gone up. No, humidity is not cool. Yeah. No heat. That would be nice. So that looks like it's the end of all the questions. So Janine will be here tomorrow because it is Wednesday. I will be back on Thursday, and then on Friday it will be Carlene and Justin, I hope. Oh, I think Janine is coming back. Yeah, let's go with subject to change. I think maybe at the end of April. I'm not sure. I think whenever she decides to wrap things up down there because she's quite busy. You know, it's really great that she's got these all these outreach jobs, and I think she's hoping to try and pass the responsibilities for those jobs onto some other people who can maintain them until she goes down again next year. So it's a good program. You know, it's very well appreciated up here, and I think it's been very well appreciated down in South Carolina. So I think from that point of view, she'll get things set up and somebody ready to take over what she's established, and then she'll make her way up. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm not sure what's happening with Carlene's trip. I think I'm not sure about that at all. $7.95 a gallon in, oh my gosh. So is that Canadian dollars, I presume? And I don't know how that works out in American dollars. Still bad. Yes, the pig is either coming up with the gentleman who's been renting her apartment. He's either bringing the pig up or Janine will bring the pig up. I'm not sure which it is. So that's us all set, and I'll see you on Thursday. Long may this nice weather continue. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a lovely evening. Night, night.